Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded, loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go.
Welcome to another Shot Podcast, where our opinions might be real, or it could just be the liquor talking. Sit back and enjoy another shot.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Shots Sunday Night Weekend Hangover. And, second week in a row now. I've been wrong again. I didn't drink. It's taken away from the name. You know, I like having that whole, come in the next day and just be like, oh, really give you some topics to talk about. But in all honesty, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm hungover. I'm tired. Arliss, what's going on, buddy? Always happy to see you. Always a good gentleman. How was the 4th? I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Me personally, I got to sit in a cramped little tiny ass bar in a baby in the corner that night, trying to play music for about 70 people. I'd say we were easily about 20 people over capacity. And my favorite part, I was just telling my producer this, that when you have a night like that, and once the alcohol starts flowing, those are the nights I do not like. Because everybody wants to hear their song. They want to hear it next. Everybody's song's the banger that's going to get the crowd really pumping that night. It's almost to the point where you're like, you know what? Here's the computer. Here's the board. I'm going to go over here and have a drink. Guys, enjoy. Wild night, but at the same token, it was cool to get back out. First time I've got the DJ now in a little while. Things have been just a little bit slow, but we're not here for me to bitch, right, and moan. Other than the fact that I also missed the fireworks that night. But thanks to my youngest, the little angel that she is, she recorded the whole damn thing because she didn't think I was going to get to see the fireworks that night. So Saturday, she jumps in my lap after they get home from swimming and all this other fun stuff. And she pulls up she's got her cell phone, her very first cell phone. So now she's queen of the text. She's queen of the video. Anything and everything she can take a picture or video. Her library's already full. But she jumped up in the lap, and we sat down and watched 20 minutes of fireworks. So I guess technically I did not miss. But I'd like to hear from everybody else. How was everybody's sport? Kitty Cat, what did you do?
Knowing that you were working, I took the chance to have enjoyment with my family, but work at the same time. So we
There we go.
so we had a wonderful Thursday night with Arliss and all the music and everything going on there. I didn't want the magic to end. So I worked all day Friday. I got off of work at 4 o'clock. I got home. I changed my clothes. We were right back in the car and we went to Slippery Rock. We were down there for their community day. We walked around, we listened to some music, and then we attended the GB3 concert that was down there that night. I have lots and lots of videos of the concert that he did, as well as pictures galore. I will get them uploaded so that our viewers can see them. I just haven't been able to do that yet because I've been working all weekend. But it was an absolute amazing night. And I am not the only one that enjoyed it. That's what got me the most. I had my oldest and my youngest with me. And of course, Blue. And you know, I expected my youngest because she loves music, any genre, she is into it. My oldest, he doesn't do crowds well. And he managed to do very well. But the one that surprised me the most was Blue. When you see him sitting in his electric wheelchair and he was dancing in his chair and his head bobbing and he was singing along. That just warmed my heart even more.
So back-to-back nights then, you got to go and see some phenomenal shows. At least I'm up right now. So on that note.
Yes. And I messaged you and spoke to you on Friday to make sure you were doing okay. How are you now that the weekend is over? Arliss.
I got to say, like I said, Kaylin is becoming the queen of texting. She's got one particular friend she's been texting since she's got her phone. And when your little accident happened, Arliss,
Mishap.
she immediately got onto her phone. I got to see the text. She goes, OMG, he fell. Well, it was kind of, well, I did warn them like George of the Jungle. Warn who? Do tell. Dylan, good to see you, brother. Our boy Ninja's in the house as well. But she the point is, she actually showed concern and like texted all her friends, oh, I hope he's okay, you know. But they powered through. I mean, I really enjoyed that. That was fun. So basically everybody had a packed holiday. There was no breathing room at all. Feeling better and been crazy busy.
You're always crazy busy. Do you ever get downtime?
Yeah, when he's climbing off the stage. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I love you. Oh, I seen Arliss fall. He kept saying, move the wire. Excuse me.
So I worked again today. Again, I was at work all weekend. I worked again today. Today was one of those days where you're lucky I'm here because I don't like people right now.
Oh, okay.
We did 2,100 gallons of water today.
You did what?
2,100 gallons of water today.
Okay, you're going to have to explain what that is because I have no idea what you mean. Too soon.
So, needless to say, we were literally slammed. It was a revolving door, nonstop. I was in there every 10 minutes and could not keep up. And I'm telling you, people were just ignorant and rude and disgusting.
You know, when you say that, see, I work with the people too, directly. How many people do you get come over and tell you how to do your job, or did you do this, or they basically Monday morning quarterback you while you're trying to, for me, it's while I'm trying to change out their tire and I'm having problems getting either off or back on. And well, did you do this? Did you do this? I'd have done my favorite one. I'd have done this. That's my favorite all time. Having somebody stand right there. Why aren't you doing this? Because I would have done this. Well, if you'd have done this, why am I doing it? Luckily, though, for me, I was off every Sunday. I got the weirdest schedule. I'm off Thursdays and Sundays, which makes things really interesting for my weekend stuff. But one of the things for me working yesterday, the holidays worked out in my favor because everybody was camping. They were out and about. They were anywhere but in town. So actually, I mean, it was steady yesterday, but it wasn't as slammed as our normal Saturdays are. We did find out we broke records that night. Biggest crowd they've had in 2 years.
Awesome.
Dude, I love it.
Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit.
I know we got a bunch of pictures of the bikes, I think, and the bike showed up in our videos. I had a hell of a good time. Everybody was super chill, super cool. Obviously, like I said before, the music was on point. The food was good.
Ooh, I forgot to ask Arliss. Forgot to ask you on Friday. How did Michelle like her watermelon balls? I know you liked them and everybody else liked them. I forgot to ask him.
How much of those did we even have left? Not a lot at all. How much of that was your doing?
No, I took the bowl and I grabbed the cups that were on the stage that they didn't use for water, and I sent all of the Southern Outlaws band home with their very own cup of balls. And then
And they were full and juicy.
I think I had 2 left, and I walked around offering them. So oh boy, now I can't even remember his name.
Arla says she loved them.
Awesome, I'm glad. The radio guy that was there.
Fast Freddy.
He took a cup with him, and then the gentleman that won the raffle, we offered them to him, but he didn't like the idea of me offering him my balls. He declined the balls.
It's all in presentation.
I know, but it was hilarious because there was a whole big crowd of them standing there, and I walked up to him and I offered him my balls.
I'm going to say right now, I felt like that was successful. I love how those turned out. So I want to do it again, but I want to do different fruits. And I want to see what other people think. Like maybe if we got a bottle of 99 bananas and infuse it into a cantaloupe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people said they wouldn't like mayonnaise on a hot dog, but I tell you what, it turned out to be pretty good.
Dylan's laughing.
I guarantee you, if Ninja had been there, trust me, he'd have had a mouthful.
He would have taken my balls.
He'd have had a mouthful.
Nobody wanted my balls.
Everybody did. I mean, I think there's anybody that was anywhere within vicinity of the stage. Oh, what did your kids think of the show? They enjoyed it. Connor loved it. Kaylin liked getting up by the stage, but then she got nervous. So she did it in small increments, but I play your stuff all the time anyways. So they knew the songs, they were singing along, and they had a blast. Absolutely loved it. But I think anybody that was in vicinity of the stage sample, because everybody I talked to commented on them. I mean, it was a Frankenstein idea. I mean, you usually do one bottle. You don't normally do 3 pint-sized bottles and try and get some crazy concoction. But somehow it ended up working, and I definitely want to experiment some more and see. I'd crack jokes to Freddy. It's a radio thing. Now, Fast Freddy actually. So, in case you guys are wondering, Y103 out of Youngstown was there, and Fast Freddy was there in person. I got an opportunity to talk to him, and he was actually going to get on our second live that night. But when I got to say bye at the end of the night, he did apologize for not being able to make it over there. Every time he would get a break, he would get absolutely swamped. So, I mean, there was no hard feelings there. That has been really cool to kind of have. I mean, at this point, I kind of consider myself somewhat of a media personality. So,
You're definitely a personality.
one way or another. I mean, technically, I'm on the radio. I mean, does Spotify count?
Yes.
All right, then. Do we have special guests on here? What's the difference? Nah, but honestly, like I said, it was a real. I was kind of back and forth, on whether it was going to be rowdy or. Dude, everybody there was real cool, real chill. It wasn't loud and obnoxious. I mean, everybody they came out, did the bike thing.
The bike night and the show was absolutely amazing. The service at the establishment was nothing to write home about.
Well, at the same time, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's probably about 200-300 people there, easy.
It doesn't matter.
And trying to keep up.
They
with
should have
everybody.
known as a business, you're throwing that type of an event, you need to stock up on your staff. Or I'm gonna call Michelle out on this one. For Michelle to sit there all night, she got her food, she got her drink. Her waitress never returned back to check on her, to get her another drink, to check on her, to do anything until the end of the night when it was time to pay the bill.
Honestly, I mean, I can't say I had the same experience because our waitress, I mean, she was Johnny on the spot. Every time you turned around, I mean, very rare did I have to chase after her, other than at the end of the night when it was time to pay out the tab.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have taken me 20 minutes to get the lead singer a beer. I had to go to all 3 bars.
Even the one inside was,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, Blue One the slow ride. Everybody said the same thing, dude. You should have got out there and ran it.
He did it just to see people say.
But going back to something else, though, again, what we say on the show is our opinion, so we're not always going to agree. I felt like they did the best they could do. Now, you can't blame the servers, I don't think, because it's management who has to turn around and say, okay, we know we're going to have a bunch of people here. This place is going to be wall to wall. I need to go ahead and stock up. So you can't blame the servers, in my opinion. And I didn't see anybody, usually, especially a place that has, their names on their shirt, it'll have manager or something on it. And I saw the same people running around outside like crazy. Not to mention a few spills. Trust me. I mean, it was.
Yeah,
it was right out
I'm not putting the servers down. I understand they were running their butts off. I said the establishment did not leave anything to write home about because they should have been on top of that. They should have known. If you have an event like that scheduled, you always double or triple up on your staff. And if it doesn't get to be the turnout, then you end up going ahead and sending people home. But you always make sure that you have people there, because it's always better to be prepared and over prepared than under prepared. And the few that were there running their butts off to the point where they couldn't keep things straight.
And I can agree with Arliss. I mean, I don't think they might not have been expecting that many people, but like you said, plan for the worst, hope for the best. But it's also holiday weekend, so for all we know, they already had like how many people off for wherever. I mean, it's just, I don't. Like I said, I felt like it wasn't half bad. I don't know.
The 2 bars inside had one person working the entire bar.
I did notice there was very few people inside doing anything. Like they had just a handful of
The
people.
one
going in,
outside
you
where
just
we
do
were,
like-
there was only technically two.
But I did see the bar backs running around like crazy, trying to keep up with the glasses. I don't know. Again, maybe they might have been short staffed. Look at it this way: the job I've got, they're so in need of people right now. They hired somebody with no mechanical experience whatsoever. So I mean, they were running out of beer.
Yeah,
too. That's
they were. I know Arliss asked me to get him something blonde, and they were completely out. So he ended up with his go-to, his Budweiser.
So, speaking of beers, here's obviously the 2 establishments. They're across the street from each other. They serve some of the same stuff. So when I went over with Jason earlier to get what they call the Blue Balls, it's a beer.
Yes.
Basically, it's just beer with blueberries in it.
Mm-hmm.
$6 for the same size cups we were getting at the other establishment. Then we come to find out they do the exact same thing at the establishment we were at for half the price. So, riddle me that one.
The name says it all.
I don't know much about that spot. So I don't know if the establishment attached to Harley Davidson was actually a Harley Davidson brand, I guess you could say. Sponsored. Maybe. I don't know how that all worked out there. But I did find it really interesting when you went over to this other place. It was more craft beer style and not your normal Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller, Coors, all that, your domestics. So that one kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. But the price, I mean, other than that, I mean, at this point, that's kind of just nitpicking. Because at the end of the day, we weren't there for the food or the drinks. That was all secondary stuff. We were there for the show. And
I did have. Wait a minute, we're on this one, so I can say this. I did have a kick-ass dinner that night.
okay,
And I'm telling you, I don't ever spend that much money on me for a meal, ever. But it was worth it.
I know this much. My tab that night was a little bit more than I originally expected. Let me put it this way. I dropped a Benjamin. And then some. So, it was good. Jerome, what's going on, buddy? I bet you he's happy as all hell that the fair's done. You sell a lot of cups, buddy. But nah, like I said, this is the opportunity to get some of the local Biker Brew House is a brewery. Okay. I kind of thought so. I was just wondering. I didn't know if it was like a Harley Davidson thing or if it was just an entity that attached to, the Harley shop. But, I mean, like I said, at this point, we're just kind of nitpicking a little bit. We weren't so much there for the food and drinks and everything as we were everything else. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's still.
I'll tell you what, I was expecting to go over and then sit down and listen to music and have a good time. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to work the event as much as I did.
What do you mean?
I put more miles on my poor feet Thursday night than I had intended.
Okay.
So Friday when I went into work, I was really feeling it. So between Thursday,
Yeah, I saw the posters. He's
cool.
that one's coming up soon too.
It's the 18th. He's over there. Okay, so between my feet and the holding of the camera, and my brain even said we got to take our tripod, and I didn't even think about that Friday when I went down Slipper Rock. So Thursday doing this, and then Friday doing this. Needless to say, my neck and my shoulders and my arms are just a little tender.
Because that phone weighs a ton.
It's not that it weighs.
What are you
a ton.
gonna do when we get a camcorder? When we get it, we get our actual camera.
That's not it. It's holding it steady. When I have tremors to begin with, it takes every muscle, and when you have to hold it at a certain angle, you gotta
Oh, brother, no, not a worry at all. I just that one incident was kind of interesting because two things happened. You know, Arliss took his spill. We're gonna blame it on those pants, bro. I love those pants, but dude, when you live in the Rockstar and wearing the Rockstar clothes, I'm not saying the actual name of the brand. I'm just saying. And then Jason messing himself up. I mean, dude, it was an honor. I mean, I wouldn't have done it any different. I kind of felt like I was part of the team a little bit. So it was, at the end of the day, too, we're all
I
friends.
have some
So
theories for the next one.
got some theories for the next one.
Yes, a tripod.
Yeah.
He had his electric wheelchair, so he was able to get around, but I didn't even think. His rollator was in the back of the car. I could have been sitting on it, just wheeling around behind you. Big man.
Hey, boy. Again, learning curves. That's the first time we'd actually gone live from an event, and it's something we talked about doing multiple times. And Arliss, thank you for the opportunity. Bobby Ryder says, very good show. Music sounded phenomenal. Beautiful weather, good times. As Arliss would say, it was good for the soul that night. So, I mean, I really...
Bobby, how did Morgantown go?
What was Morgantown?
He had to be in Morgantown
First.
first thing the next day, Friday morning.
I don't think he didn't stick around too. I mean, he stuck around for a while, but I don't think he closed it out.
No, but it was because he had to be in Morgantown first thing in the morning.
Well, I found it odd that, we ended up having to leave that. I think that we were at the last song. I'm like, we can't stick it out just a little bit longer. I mean,
Oh no, we were there a while.
And then you missed the big explosion.
okay.
Some guy brought a half a stick of dynamite.
He asked me for a lighter. I didn't realize. I thought he needed a cigarette.
Sounds like what Jason did at his house, because guess what? We ended up at Jason's house and still stuck it out over there till, Jesus God, it was like, when did we leave there? About 9:30? Almost 10? I don't think we left Jason's till about maybe 11-ish, 11:30-ish.
So you went from Quaker Stick over to Jason's.
Yes.
So that's why Jason and Jan didn't bother to message me to let me know that they got home okay?
That's okay. I didn't message him when I got home either because I fell asleep literally right at. And
WVU was awesome.
I love the campus. Morgantown, I used to do a lot of deliveries down there when I worked at Universal. Ruby Hospital is right there on campus. So, I mean, I was constantly right outside the stadium, the Coliseum, all the fun stuff. I like Morgantown as an area, but no, the only reason we went over there is because Connor had brought back Jason's cooler that he let us borrow to take the fish home from the famous fishing trip. And one thing led to another, and everybody started bullshitting some more, and we all stuck around for a while. And
I knew they were out on the boat. They were camping out all weekend on the boat on the lake, but neither one of them have reached out to me since. So if they're listening, I'm a little.
oh my goodness.
I'm a little. I was worried about them. Uh-huh. You're going to
What was
get
that?
one of these thrown at you.
What was that called? Romper Room. I see Jason. Oh, there's Jan. Look, there's Kat. There's Blue. Guys, I mean, everybody's usually pretty good about it. One time, I think you'll live. No offense. And I told the same thing to Jason before. He's like, you didn't let me know that you got back. I'm like, yeah, I did. I said touchdown. About 2 hours after we left. So that was letting you know, hey. You know, and then I didn't let them know. So, I mean, so what? Hold on, little girl. Show me what they've done to you. Sorry. On that note, instead of me singing, let's go ahead and take our break of the night. And when we come back, we'll just keep running with what we got going on. Yeah, works for me. Let's listen to our boys at Southern Outlaw Band with Good for the Soul. We will be right back, guys.
Good for the soul. Good friend. Good music. Good whiskey. Good for the soul. Bob and Jay was shooting some pool. It was time to take them to school. The long old woman was dancing around. So I looked over and then he yelled, hell yeah, it's good for the soul. A good friend, good music, good whiskey, it's good for the soul. For the soul. Good friend, good music, good whiskey. Damn, it's good for the soul.
All No, welcome back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is our Another Shot podcast. Sunday, Wednesday night weekend hangover. So I've only had 2 drinks. It's our Sunday night weekend hangover. We're just recapping the week.
It was an amazing week.
The only complaint I have is I don't get to repeat it. Now it's back to the grind starting tomorrow morning. I don't know. It's supposed to be hot this week, but then again, I heard it's also supposed to rain, so I don't know. Which means sticky and muggy, and I know this much. We got a hell of a week, another weekend coming up. I need our boy to get a hold of us. Yours truly actually does have something going on this weekend. You do remember that I'm the one that's going to be playing the music in between all 5 bands in Russellton. So I got to take my computer with me. He says he's going to have everything needed to be able to hook up. I don't know what the hell that means. I've never done it to where I've had to use other people's equipment. So basically, they're supposed to be able to hook it up to my computer, and I'm just going to sit there and, in between sets, try and keep the crowd entertained. Then, of course, you've got the following weekend, got Arliss and those guys heading to Web City, which I heard there was a little something.
No, that's supposed to be next weekend. Because that's why we could go to Missouri.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I literally just said that.
yeah, but it's canceled.
This weekend and then next weekend, but that's why I was saying there's something else going on. That particular show, there might be a little snafu with it.
It was canceled.
And that'd probably be a little snafu, wouldn't it?
But that was the same weekend. It was the same as the Corey's Cruise.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
So everything was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And how Arliss needs to come out to Russellton this weekend.
The Missouri thing was supposed to be on the 11th and 12th, which would be Friday and Saturday. And I said, originally when we heard about it, I said that would.
What do we have going on? So GV3 invited me a few months back to they're doing the Corey Cruise that weekend. It's the benefit for Corey Comport Tour.
Yes.
There's going to be 5 bands there. It's in Russellton, Pennsylvania. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing music, ahead of time to kind of, get the crowd somewhat going. Basically, what your sound guy does for you in between sets, I'm going to be doing for all 5 bands. So it's going to be my job to keep
Well, they're doing a cruise, and they're starting in Sarver.
Sorry.
That's what I just said. They're starting in Sarver.
Is it sorry?
No, it's in Sarver.
for
And
live.
they're ending in Russellton. And it's the first annual Corey's Cruise.
Yeah, it's another big bike event this weekend, honestly. So, I mean, again, good people, good jams, good times. Maybe if you got Arliss, if you guys don't have anything going on, might want to, I think Cat's getting ready to send you the link. Get in your bikes, and it's a beautiful area, too. Actually, I like it up that way. What makes it fun for me is I got to talk to the boss man tomorrow and say, hey, I've got this thing going on. It's been planned for, the past 3-4 months. Maybe I can work some extra throughout the week, and then, or maybe just, I don't know, I'll go in on Thursday. I'll work throughout and then just have off Saturday. I don't know how they'll do it. They say, I love the people I work for. They're cool. They are, they work with you. And seeing as how the head boss man does the same thing. What's going on, Jason? Seeing as how he kind of empathizes with me a little bit, he does the same thing. He does the band stuff. He does DJ stuff. I don't know. I'll just have to see how to do it. Otherwise, I won't get off work till 3. I have to turn around, get done, and then literally run my happy ass as fast as I can because I think it starts at 2, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, that just went down fun. But no, it's supposed to be another good opportunity. Just like we got the opportunity to meet Fast Freddy, I'd like to talk to that gentleman again. My buddy Chris Cannon was just on the other night. He was real big in the local radio station in Tennessee. You know, these are connections I like to make. So bounce around. I think it's going to be good for my DJing, and it's definitely going to be good for the show. And I'm actually honored that he, invited me to do this. So hopefully all works out. I'll actually have to reach out to him sometime here and see what we got going on. Because I definitely cannot remember what time it starts. I think it's like, if I remember correctly, it's later in the evening. But that's the fun part about having to do the adult thing again. But as they always say, it all comes out in the wash, and I can't complain. I like the fact that I'm staying busy. And it's just another step further in us branching out. Now that you got a mouthful of M&Ms, let me go ahead and ask you a question now and have you try and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, how did weekend go, by the way, buddy? How'd you fishing? I assume it was good. I didn't see a lot of pictures just from the 4th. I didn't see any of the other ones. And again, I really haven't, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I got home Saturday from work. That about summed it up. He says good. Awesome. Glad to hear it, buddy. Just another day on the water to him. And thank you for letting us hang out, by the way. The other night, it was cool getting to... Kaylin absolutely loved the boat. Now she wants to get out on the water. And obviously, Connor's already been. Sarah hates the water. Petrified of boats. It was a catch and release weekend. Keep my leg up. Had a lot of fun. Great fireworks. My girl's awesome. She took care of me. How is the leg? Still in a lot of pain. You haven't had it looked at yet? I mean, what is going on? Okay, I see the hand gestures. What's up?
Well, I went on to check I clicked into the ticket link because it would give me the times and everything. Concert starts at 1 to 10. DJ Bill Nasser is on the list.
At least he said, he gave my name. He didn't say 208, but that's close enough. Shit. I'll have to see if somebody would be willing to switch with me on a Saturday. Of course, everybody's supposed to work on a Saturday. So maybe I'll just go in for like half a day on Thursday and then get out early on Saturday. I don't know. I'll have to see what they're willing to do for me. Black and blue, yellow and purple, green. Very, very swollen. Can't even tell I have an ankle. That definitely sounds like a muscle tear. That's why they have you do calisthenics before you start your job. I know OSHA's trying to mandate that for a lot of places now. First thing you do is supposed to take like 5 or 10 minutes in the morning and kind of stretch. I know it would probably do me wonders, working this place. Good Lord. So I'm supposed to start at 1.
I mean, actually, it would be, you would need to be there obviously before that. You want to know what time it all starts? Technically, it all starts at 7 a.m. Registration begins at 7 a.m. Blessings of bikes at 10:45 a.m. Kickstands up at 11. Concert 1 to 10. And there's you, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then him.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to talk to him because, as far as I know, I'm supposed to play for a little bit for the first one while they're getting set up, and then I'm supposed to play in between each while they're doing the changeover. So I don't know. I doubt I'm gonna be doing any of Blue's favorite, K-pop and 2000s Nelly stuff.
No, actually, I have a video for you to watch.
Okay.
Who was it he was singing?
Oh, Afro Man,
He did Afro Man's song.
Gary Berkeley. He was sitting down.
He did Colt 45.
Mm-hmm. As he was introducing his band members and everybody.
I
was
wouldn't
cool,
even consider that a rap. Afro Man to me, this isn't rap.
but it was really cool the way he did it.
It
went completely outside of his realm, and he wasn't. And he even said, "If this does not sound okay, I am sorry now, but we're gonna give it a try."
And then he said, make sure you blame so and so.
Evan,
Or let's wonder if I could play Wheeler Walker like I did the other night. Have you heard that story? So the last time I was at All Stars, I was messing around on my phone. It was a slow night. So I was messing around, and I actually got on one of Dan's lives. Because he kept, I kept getting the invite, and I kept getting the invite, and I kept it. So I finally I accepted, and I got on there. And I wasn't doing it to be spiteful. I wasn't doing it to be funny. I was just doing my normal rotation. And the first 10 seconds kicked in. And Arliss goes, "Oh, Dan, I got to do the mediator thing. He's getting muted." Like, well, okay. And I thought about it. It was "Fuck This Job" by Wheeler Walker.
you had no clue what you had done, why he was muting you, and said all of a sudden, "Oh, wait a minute, there's music in the background, not appropriate."
It tends to happen that way sometimes.
That's good,
I normally don't get on somebody's live
right?
while I'm DJing. I normally don't go live while I'm DJing. So, it was just one of those, like I said, I wasn't doing it to be funny. I wasn't doing it to, poke fun at Dan or anything like that. I was just playing to the crowd, really. And that's just one of those, those songs that I constantly put in rotation. And it's a good one for Friday night anyways. So either way, it is what it is. Now, like I said, though, I just got to try and figure out how the hell I'm going to try and pull all this off this weekend. Because with it being this close, I probably should have let him know before he made the schedule up. He probably would have. But like I said, it's a new schedule, it's a new thing, and I don't know. I'll talk to him tomorrow and figure it out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to give somebody a crash course.
I got this.
Easy peasy.
Sure.
You can have everything all set up. None of this right here is going. He told me just bring my computer. That's all I got to bring.
But I
Just bring the music.
I picked up this pretty fast, have I not?
And I'll tell you right now, My virtual, easy as shit. It's dummy proof. And I'm not saying you're a dummy, it's dummy
I
proof.
sat with you behind the table the one night at
You know what really sucks about this? If I can't get off, it's going to be one of those, literally, it starts at 1. I'm supposed to start playing. I'm going to get there right around the end of the first, middle of the second. I'm probably going to have to go in there, change really fast, and then leave. Luckily, it's like 30 yards away. So I'm going to have to jump in my vehicle and be gone. Personally, I'd rather get there bright and early in the morning like everybody else. That way I get the good parking, I get the good,
we need to talk to him about all that.
Yeah, there's
Because
a lot going on.
I just looked at a whole bunch of prices.
Irons in the fire. I love it. This is why I say I love what we do. I mean, honestly, it keeps you on your toes. It really does.
For sure.
And he swears up and down there's going to be there's going to be some heavy hitters there, some serious contacts. You might want to take the tripod.
Might? There's no might about it.
Yeah, I'm seeing some opportunities to go live there as well. Maybe interview some of the bands. Definitely get some pictures. Business cards galore. Why is that? We're knocking at the door. We really are. And I know, I welcome the opportunity. Like I said, the ultimate goal someday, we're not punching the clock anymore. That's the goal. That's the reason we're going to need to do some more business meetings in town. I think at this point, you should be comfortable with it. Start paving out a path. Set a goal, pave it out, go for it. What better job? Honestly. Sit down, chill environment. Well, we say it's chill, but it's not very comfortable in here tonight.
Oh, no.
No.
No, we're at a comfy 84 degrees in here.
I will say this much. You know one thing that's nice about my job? I don't have to go to the gym. I do have to go hit the massage parlor. I'm thinking about. I honestly had thought about going across the street. I'm not going to name this establishment, but she was out the other day. If you'd have seen the top she was wearing, let me put it this way: it leads one to believe that the rumors on that place are 100% true.
Yep.
And seeing as how they just got busted, what was it, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now? A little over 2 years at this point.
Oh, run and talk.
Wasn't a very happy ending for them, but somehow they stayed open. But I think that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. When I went in yesterday, even with as tired as I was, you gotta think. So I went and I DJ'd my normal time. Didn't think I was gonna be staying all night. Didn't think it was gonna be anybody at all, and it hit hard that night. So I ended up. We closed it up at 2. I had everything tore down and was in my vehicle at 2:11. I got home, unloaded, in the house, did a quick rinse shower, was in bed by 3:45. My alarm goes off at 6:30 in the morning. Sarah, love her to death. My angel. Had my water ready. Tried to get me up. I had the coffee made. Doing it, and I just couldn't. Had already gone out the night before, got me Red Bulls, and somehow I made it through work without yawning once. Don't know how. Wasn't until I got home that it all hit all at once. Fuck, I'm sore. Man, I'm tired. Stretched out on the couch, was out. I got up at 7. Only because Sarah had come in at one point from swimming, which blew. Remember when we drove past the pool the other day? And there was absolutely packed, and I said, they may have fixed that heater. There's never this many people here. They went yesterday. They said that water was warm for a change. So they might have done. Say what you want, okay? But when you got 3 people sitting here saying, hey, by the way, it is not what it used to be, you can't sit there and say, when was the last time you were in a pool?
But it's the 90 degrees.
Not last week it wasn't. We were actually in the mid to low 80s. Strangely. Either way, 7 o'clock, I get up, eat some food, watch some TV, in bed. Nothing got done yesterday. It hit all at once. It was crazy. Yeah, I definitely don't need to go to the gym anymore. I'm starting to feel, and things are starting to fit again. Yes, there's one thing about, if you're listening, if you're watching, there's one thing about being on the couch for the past 4 months. And that's after going back to work for only 3 from being on the shelf for 6 months prior. The last couple of years has been crazy. Shoulder surgery, went back in August. February, I was right back in surgery again. I go back in November. Or no, it was March or April. It was one of the two when I went into surgery for the second time on the same shoulder. Went back November. Got laid off in February. Again, February is like the evil month for me. You tend to put on a little bit. But it is kind of nice being able to get back out there and start working again. And I'm starting to adjust. I'm looking good. My shirt. Anyways, all that fun stuff, guys. We're going to take this opportunity. I think it is that point. Let's go ahead and do the last shot of the night. I did have a topic tonight, but Kat strategically diverted it. You know what's fun about doing this show? So I do 2 shows a night. We do 2 shows. If I say I tell you what, I need that little button that says trigger alert.
You should have one. That
We
says
do.
warning.
We do 2 shows a night. And as you guys notice, we're trying to do an hour on one, we do an hour on the other. This one's turning into more of the more serious, it's fun, but it's a little more on the serious end, but we're also a little more open with how we can talk. The other one's a lot more high energy, but it has to be cleaner. How that works out, I don't know. But everything's always come together in some way, shape, or form. I think it is that time of the night, guys. My final shot of the night, my last shot, is going to be simple. Kat, you got one?
I'm looking for it.
We've been doing, I'll do my toast after this. But make sure if you got nothing going on this weekend, put it on your schedule. Ruston, Pennsylvania. It is Corey's Cruise. It is a benefit for Corey Comportor. For all you know, he was the one that lost his life during the attempt on Trump's life. What was it? Last June?
July
July?
July 13th of last year.
We're coming up on 1 year.
And I only know that because we were going to go there, but that was Elizabeth's birthday, so we took her to Truck Pools instead.
We were talking about going too. Me and Steve were thinking about going and doing our very first live from there just to see, and obviously all that happened. And so there's going to be 5 bands. It's a bike run. It starts in Server, Pennsylvania, ends in Russellton. There's multiple stops, guys. If you don't want to do the run, at least come out, see the show. You can still get tickets. It's going to be a great time. I'm telling you. Yours truly is going to be doing the music in between the bands. I'm going to be that little blip on the map. So, like I said, guys, if you're not doing anything, go check out Russellton, Pennsylvania. Corey's Cruise. Awesome time. Do you have yours?
In light of recent events where different things between my kids, your kids, everything, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Trust in yourself. Work hard. Anything is possible.
I love it. Guys, check us out Monday night for our Monday Night Bartender. It is the only night where it is strictly mixing drinks and answering questions. Feel free to ask the bartender whatever. We're trying to bring back the old school. Go to your bartender with questions, concerns. I'm your barber. Everybody talks to their barber. Wednesday night is our Wednesday night open bar, our open chat, all topics. Love hearing from you guys. Thursday nights, our thoughts and shots. And of course, our Sunday night weekend hangover. And I've been doing this quite often. This is my favorite toast. So the last shot will be, there are good ships. There are wood ships. There are ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships. And may they always be. Always remember, guys, everything we say on this show is just our opinion. But then again,
It could just be the alcohol talking.
we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Thank you for stopping in and listening to the Another Shot podcast. We shared some drinks, stories, and laughs. But it's time to say goodnight. Join us next time on Another Shot podcast.
If you're looking for a party, then man, have you found it? Now the shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Now the shot is gonna hit you with the mind overloading. The bar is always open, but no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. Let's go.